This cast is so damn dumb. So damn dumb. And on a show that has had a lot of dumb casts over the past decade, this one certainly takes the cake. Last week I was annoyed with the feeds because of the stupidity becoming annoying. And this past week was even worse. The fact that we almost had Suri and Jared and Izzy blindside more allies in Mimi and Felicia today. They wanted to blindside them. That didn't come to pass, at least in the end. But just some abysmal gameplay, to say the least. And this all started when they voted out Heisem from the beginning. That was a very dumb decision. I talked about it then. As much as I didn't like him, it was brain dumbingly bad. It was just too soon. It was too soon because he was their shield, but more importantly, he was on the block against Cameron. And right now, Cameron continues to be the thorn in all their sides that they cannot get out of this house. And I have to say, it's making me laugh a lot at the dumbness of these players. Cameron is the new HOH. I'm recording this before feeds came back on tonight. So by the time this is posted, feeds will probably be on, hopefully. So maybe we'll get an idea what Cameron will do. Now, Cameron, he's dumb as well. I mean, one of the dumbest people because he's so delusional. His delusions have thought this. So his whole game that he's been like a mastermind of sorts. Hopefully this week he finally realizes that nobody likes him. I mean, after he won the HOH and nobody's celebrating, I think that should have been pretty obvious. So you would assume that in Cameron's mind, anyone should be up for being on the block this week and being the target because he is so clearly at the bottom of the house. And he has said that Felicia, Suri, Izzy is the power structure. Now, something Suri has done that I think is still terrible for her long-term game. It makes her long-term game harder. That's what she's wanted to do this game for whatever reason. Some say it's because she wants to protect Jared more than anything. Maybe that's the case. Regardless, a lot of dumb decision-making by Suri. But she's been throwing Felicia under the bus a lot over the past week. So Felicia could have numbers against her if she ends up on the block this week, which I think is a strong possibility, or at least should be by Cam. Last time, Cameron was just trying to play it safe, and now he should see that didn't work out for him. So he should not play this HOH safe at all. Cameron is the true underdog of the season. He is the underdog, especially with Red now out of the house. It is a shame that he is such a weirdo and not that rootable, because I think he would be a good underdog if he was just more rootable, but he's really not because he's a weirdo. But we'll see what he does now. If he plays it safe again, then he is just a dumbass, and it's going to be another annoying week of feeds because it makes no sense. And we've had 2 weeks back to back that have made no sense, and it gets old to me because it hurts my head. It really does hurt my brain trying to follow the lack of complete logic from everybody. And sometimes it's messy and entertaining, but most of the time it's just annoying. It's so stupid that it becomes annoying. And then you couple that fact with the fandom's overbearingness, wanting to be hurt and just hurt about everything. They want to be offended by everything. The whole thing with Jared over the past week, trying to get him kicked out of the house, trying to cancel him, people doing the most with that. But then to show you how ridiculous the fandom is, they then started attacking Matt because he quoted somebody that the fandom doesn't like, that is problematic, sure, but just because you quote someone or you happen to watch some of their videos, you want to cancel them for that? You can't even quote a person anymore, and it wasn't even a bad quote, and then the mob wants to attack you. I'm so over cancel culture. It's not even funny because it goes too far. That we're at the point now where you grasp at straws to cancel people over everything. And it makes the actual people that you should be mad at, it just makes the whole situation dumb now, because there's plenty of people out there that do terrible things that should be canceled, but just because people say things that offend you or that you disagree with and you want to cancel them, or they like someone that you dislike, or they quote someone that you dislike, it's too much. And this fandom is miserable. You're miserable, and I get it, because this show has been miserable for a decade with a lot of problems, but this season has not been. So you're trying to dive into the shit to find things, and you just look asinine to me. Asinine and soft and weak and pathetic. Get over it. And a lot of that is the AmeriCorey stance, I find. They blow things up, and that's why I don't like both of them. I hate when the stands go overboard, trying to bring everyone down because they stand some couple with the worst chemistry I've ever seen. It's just awkward. It's so, I don't like it. They had a fight a couple nights ago, and it would be cute to me if their stands weren't psychos, but unfortunately, AmeriCorey stands are indeed psychos. So it makes me dislike those two a lot. I still root for Corey a little bit because I think he plays a better game than America, whereas America is just messy with no social game. And she continues to talk a big game but never wins anything, and never actually does anything entertaining on the feeds other than talk a big game. So not enjoying those two as the showmans. I don't enjoy Jared and Blue as a showmans either. The cheap mans for a while. It was, possibilities of soap opera there. But until Blue says something about Suri being Jared's mom, it's not giving anything to me. So right now, the only thing that could possibly give is if Cameron decides to not play this HOH safe and, actually shake things up. The cast needs some shaking up, because everyone living or dying by what Suri wants, it's getting so old. I mean, credit to her social game, but then when you look at her actual strategies in this game and who she is getting out her own allies, people complaining about a steamroll, though. It's not a steamroll, because Suri has made sure that she's made this game as hard as possible for both her and her two strongest allies in Jared and Izzy, because of the people they have gotten out. Getting out Heisem in the first place was terrible for them because he was a shield. Now getting out Red was terrible for Suri, especially because he would have been very in her corner the rest of this game. And putting a target on Felicia to possibly want to be one of the next targets. And then you look at the board, and you have Corey and America still together. You have Blue, Jag, Matt still together. And then Suri's going to be down numbers herself, although Suri is of course close to everyone in the house, but still, I mean, you're getting rid of your closest allies. I think is just very dumb mistakes there. But will Cam actually be smart to take advantage of the situation? I have my doubts, because look at the way this season has played out. Just dumbness every single week. And I want to change. I want to see a change in this season, but I don't have the faith that we're going to see it this week. I could see, Cameron hates people in this game like America, and so maybe he'll put up America. But he has to know he needs to make a big move this week. He played it safe last time, it didn't work out. So Cameron, will you take your head out of your delusional ass and actually make a move this week? I hope so, because I think it would shake things up. And maybe it would be less stupidity than the last 2 weeks, because I need to see less stupidity from this cast, because my head hurts and it makes it hard for me to consistently watch feeds. It just does. I hate when things are so off the rocker that everyone is playing dumb. Like, does everyone have to be playing dumb? Because that's not good. It's not good TV. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're wild and they spiral every single day, but it's exhausting because it's just dumb.